Hello everyone. In this video we see exception handling in Python part 2. So how to raise the exception. So each time error in program Python raise throw an exception, right? So I want to give a meaningful message to the user. So I can raise my own. So exception handling, raising an exception, we are going to see this in this video. Okay. Now first we move on to this. We take the example which we used in the previous example, right, in the previous video. Now this program contains some error because this is a string and I'm trying to convert this to a, so you normally know this will convert, it will give you a value error, right? So I save this, then I clear this one, then I run this one. Okay, now it gives the Python, it gives you the error, could not convert string to a float, right? Now I want to have my own error. I want to give a meaningful message. So for that case, I just okay. Oh, try class, then okay. Now here I change this code. What is this try keyword tells? These are the possible areas where you will get error, right? Then the next portion is except. So except is how you handle the errors. So if there is any value error, then raise the exception to the user. This is the meaning of this. So now I save this, I clear this one. If you look at this code, first it gives a value error. Okay, this error is generated. Then the error what we raised, right? Now I don't want this error to be displayed here. I want my error, right? For example, in this case, I want to suppress the error generated by the Python interpreter. Just say none. Okay. Then I save this. Then it says value error. Now what if, for example, my code, I say 44. I say print. This is a syntax error. So this portion is not going to handle the syntax error because this is specific for the value error. So in that case, how to handle? So for that, you can say something like this. Okay. Now I save this code. So now there is no value error, perfect, but there is a syntax error. In that case, I want to raise exception, something like this. Some other syntax error has occurred. So you can see this error as raised. Now there is else statement here. What is this else statement here in the try catch? If there is no error, for example, I change to print. So it will print the desired value, then finally whatever inside the else statement, this is going to execute. Now let's see what is the outcome of this. Okay, there is some syntax error here. What is that? I did not save it, sorry. So now it gives 34 converted to a floating and then again converted to a float perfect. Then so no error. When there is no error, then this is going to fire. Okay, is this clear? Now we move on to the next one. There is a keyword called asset. Okay, what is this asset keyword? The asset is a debugging tool that helps the smooth flow of a code. Okay, now I take one example here. Okay, now I initialize a equal to 4, b equal to 0. Then I print a character here. Then if this condition is true, this condition is a checking the condition. If this condition is true, the remaining one is going to execute. Okay, the remaining. So otherwise this is going to stop the execution of the code. Now here in this case I check b is not equal to 0. Okay, I don't want to divide any number by 0 because you know in the previous video we saw division by 0 error, right? So I want to avoid that error, so you can use this. Okay, if this condition, now here in this case 0, b value is 0, so condition is false, so it is going to raise the assertion error. Okay, now let's say I save this, I clear this one, then I save Python. So it is not going to execute this line at all. Okay, now let's say I have one here, then I save it. So it is going to print this value. So it's just checking the whether the flow, it will check the flow is correct, smooth flow, it will take care of the smooth flow of the code. Okay, now we go to the last portion, finally block. So finally block if will be executed always. What is this meaning? For example, we take this our previous code. Okay, now for simplicity I just keep this. Now what is the purpose of this finally block? Whether there is a error or not, this is going to execute. Normally if you want to close the file or you want to release the memory, so all those operations will be the final block will take care. I save this, I run this code. I think there is a value error. Even if there is value error, so you can see 34, then final block executed, yes, then value error. Suppose there is no error. Okay, final block, there is no, before you see there is a error, then also final block executed, then there is no error, final block is executed. So this kind of operation like closing a file, releasing memory, we can use this. Then next question is, what is the difference between a else, okay, between these two, the else portion and finally portion. Remember, else portion will fire when there is no error, but final, whether there is a error or not, this is going to execute. That is the difference between this. Now for example, there is no error here, right, in this code. Now I execute this. You can see the 34 converted value, then no error, then final block executed. Now let's say there is an error here. Now I run this code. Now if you see, final block still executed, but this portion is not executed. That is the difference, right? So please share this video. We'll see the exercise in the next video. Thank you.